Hello friends, welcome to day 17 of betting $100 a day every day for a year. The good news is we didn't lose a ton yesterday. The bad news is it was yet another losing day. This feels like what? Like the 8th losing day in a row? 2-2 for a loss of $5.73. It looked like we were on our way to being profitable. Michigan was covering the entire second half against Indiana. At one point they were up 25 points, I think, with 10 minutes left in the game. And in the final 5 minutes, they started acting like Will Ferrell in semi-pro. They were just throwing up alley-oops to nobody for the entire last 5 minutes, just kind of walking up the court. Here, you want the ball? Take the ball. Oh, free throw. Oh, miss. I think they shot like 66% from the line. And, of course, they missed covering the spread by 2 points. So that's frustrating, but that does happen in basketball. That is... the unfortunate thing that can happen when you bet on a big favorite in basketball is if they're up late, they don't really care about covering the spread. They don't care if they win by 18 or 14. And that's exactly what happened with Michigan last night. Just completely mailed it in the final 5 minutes. Did not give a shit. So because of that, 2-2 for a loss of $5.73. That brings our challenge record to 22 wins, 38 losses for a loss of $449.70. We move on to today. I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to do a hockey player prop, 2 college basketball bets on just small schools. We're going to stay away from power conferences, see if I can find a little bit of an edge there. And then a little bit of a surprising bet. Actually, we're going to start off with this. An Australian Open bet. The first tennis bet in the $100 a day challenge. So let's get into it. Pick number 1 for today, $40 on Amanda Anisimova, minus 4.5 at minus 105 against Katerina Siniakova. Some women's Australian Open action. I'm investing in Amanda Anisimova. If you don't know, she made it to 2 straight Grand Slam finals last year. And then not only did she reach 2 straight finals, but she actually won the China Open in the fall, beating the likes of Jasmine Paolini and Coco Gauff along the way. So I think Amanda Anisimova is a tennis player that we should be investing in. She took a significant step forward in her development late last year, and all signs are pointing towards her continuing that this year. Now she's taken on Katerina Siniakova in the second round, who has always struggled at the Australian Open. I think she has a win percentage of less than 20% at this event. So I will take Amanda Anisimova to win by at least 5 games, minus 4.5, minus 105. $40 on that. That match should take place sometime tonight over in Australia. I'm also going to bet $25 on Longwood, minus 14.5, minus 112 against Gardner-Webb. Gardner-Webb is just atrocious. Just one of the worst college basketball teams you'll ever find. I think I could find 5 guys on the streets of Toronto who could beat this Gardner-Webb team. They are 339th in effective field goal percentage, 364th in defensive efficiency. They have an average point differential of minus 25.6. That is the second worst mark in college basketball. Now, they're on the road to take on a Longwood team that, yeah, they might not be good, but they're not terrible, at least. They're at least in the top 250 in every single metric. So I think that's enough to pack Longwood here against what might be the worst team in college basketball. Give me Longwood, minus 14.5, minus 112. I'm also going to put $25 on Liberty, minus 3, minus 110 against Western Kentucky. Liberty, one of the best shooting teams in the country, 6th in effective field goal percentage. Western Kentucky, 340th. So one of the best shooting teams against one of the worst. Now, I looked into this a little bit further to see if I could find Liberty, why Liberty is only a 3-point favorite in this game, and I guess it does kind of make sense. Liberty just doesn't rebound whatsoever. They don't create extra scoring chances for themselves. They aren't great defensively, but Western Kentucky certainly doesn't have a big enough edge defensively to justify them being only 3-point underdogs in this one, I think. So I'm just going to back the team that is the far, far better shooting team. Hopefully they don't just get out-rebounded by an insane amount. Hopefully their shooting holds up here. I will take Liberty minus 3, who are still undefeated in conference play. So I'll bet on them to remain undefeated in conference play. Liberty minus 3, minus 110 against Western Kentucky. And then we'll finish off with a goal scorer for tonight's NHL action. I will put $10 on Jake DeBrusk of the Vancouver Canucks to score a goal at plus 270 at DraftKings. Over the last 10 games, Jake DeBrusk has an expected goals of 7.6. That is the third best mark in the entire NHL over that stretch. He has only scored 3 actual goals during that time frame, but the 7.6 expected goals tell us that he is creating a lot of opportunities for himself, which I think leads to him having value at plus 270 to find the back of the net for the Canucks tonight. So $10, Jake DeBrusk to score at plus 270. Those are my 4 best bets for tonight. It's a little bit different. We're doing some different things tonight. We got to try to find some momentum somewhere. And of course, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So let's bet a little Australian Open. Let's go aim at some smaller conferences in college basketball, and let's bet on an NHL goal scorer. Best of luck to all of your bets tonight. Gamble or bless. I'll see you all tomorrow.